Hey, I'm gonna share on Slack. The community meeting is happening. Hey, let's wait for like 5 minutes or 4 minutes to see if anyone is gonna join.
What are we going to talk about next 5 minutes?
Uh let's see. Hmm. Have you seen Dune?
June?
Dune. Dune.
Ah, June. Yeah, yeah, of course.
You've seen it? Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Masterpiece.
It's beautiful. Really good movie.
I mean, I saw two, but I haven't seen one. So
Really? Come on.
yes. I was trying to go see the one.
Why didn't you like I don't there's a lot of VODs that offer Dune, so you could watch it like for $5 or something.
I'm not gonna pay $5 to like watch the one.
You're not gonna pay?
I'm gonna use Pirates Bay.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah, it's recorded anyway.
Yes, just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna see. Doing one. Let's see. Actually, yo, can
Yo, feel
you
the
hear me?
flow.
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Oh, kind of. No, that's really.
Bit quiet.
Is it better now?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Were you talking from outside the window, Tilly? You just rushed in?
No, I don't know. It's like every time when I log in on a meeting, right? The volume starts low, then it increases. Like, I don't understand. I'm still trying to find the setting. Like, I left the volume
Oh,
as it was yesterday. So once I start speaking, then it increases. I don't know why.
maybe you should like try like tweaking the configurations to see.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait for 2 more minutes before we get started. Ooh,
We have a question in chat.
YouTube.
Yes. Basically, how are you? So, hey, Ashmit. I'm personally very good. Not sure how the rest.
Gosh, mate. Boy.
Do you have some agenda for today or freestyle?
Yep. Mm. More like a freestyle, but I just want to like share some more information about GSOC, which is important. Okay, minutes up. Let's get started. Howdy, hello, good morning. Welcome to today's community meeting. I'm Maze, and with me on this call, I have Lucas and Tuli. Wanna say hello, Lucas and Tuli?
Hello, Łukasz and Tuli.
Money.
So we also have Ashmit that join us live on YouTube. Hello, Ashmit. Welcome to today's community meeting. Community meeting happens twice a month, morning and evening. So this is the morning edition of the community meeting. I mean, you can see in our faces, it looks like we are still booting. So bear with us. So into this community meeting, I really don't have like a lot of things on my agenda, but I want to share like a really important part of the Google Summer of Code. As you all know, we're like currently like, participating. So as I shared like the last time I shared in the Slack channel, I shared that we received a total of 68 GSOC applications for async API, which is for me pretty good. I mean, since this is our first time participating, we have like a total of 60 Google Summer of Code applications. I mean, it's enthusiastic, which probably means like the future is like really, really bright for Google Summer of Code. So yeah, so we have set applications. We are currently reviewing like these applications. So for you all that were asking me is I didn't get to like submit my application on time. So I would have to like let you know you should probably wait for the next Google Summer of Code or the async API mentorship program before you can like participate in this mentorship program, or better still, we should also look out for the async API bounty program. That is also like available and easily accessible if you still want to like participate in these interesting programs. So yeah, it has ended. We are currently reviewing applications. To be specific, like Tuli and I are in charge of like reviewing the conference website maintenance proposal, which has been fun. I think Tuli had fun reviewing them, right?
Yes, I had fun. I had fun.
I mean, she's lying. She didn't have fun. So just kidding. So she had fun reviewing these amazing proposals. So I have a question from Ashmit. Hey, Prince, how you doing? Good morning. Oh, afternoon if you're in India, I guess. Ashmit, I have a question. I think I submitted my application on time. Yes, if you did, that is wonderful. We are gonna make sure we review all applications equally. And so, yeah, if you submitted the application, good luck to you. We would get back to you during that time. So one question I mostly get, and I think I was going to address, I've actually addressed this question during the FAQ, GSOC FAQ, Tuli and I hosted a while back. So I'm gonna like mention it again since a lot of people like still keep asking me this question about Postman and async API. So yeah, on the async API organization, we received a total of 68 applications. But on the Postman side of GSOC, we received I think 26 or 28. Yeah, 20 something. I'm not sure the exact figure. I can remember, but yeah, we got 28 or 26 applications, which is, I mean, quite low. But I'm happy, right? So initially the plan was for us to like send more application through Postman, so we can stand a chance of getting more slots. But if you look at it, it's actually good, right? It's good that we received more application on a sync API, which basically means a lot of people wanted the application to go through a sync API itself. Despite the fact that we said let the applications go through Postman also. People find this interesting to allow the application to go through a sync API itself, which is good, which is fine by me. So at the end of the day, I'm going to work alongside the folk at JSON Schema to make sure that we try our best and get enough slots from Google. Because that is the most important thing. So after the application, after reviewing the applications, I think that is when we get slot assigned. And for you all asking, hey, I submitted my application, is my project a priority? So during the rankings, will my project be selected and stuff like that? You need to understand that we prioritize all projects, right? All projects are like prioritized equally. And we're gonna make sure we try our best. So like put each and individual project into the slot available. But we are not promising we are gonna, in case you don't find your project in the list of projects that made it to the final cuts, please don't get angry. Please don't get peace. We just believe that we had to make the best and the right decision. But yeah, we're gonna try our best to make sure we have like enough slots for every project to like participate in Google Summer of Code. So if you have any question, please let me know.
Can you remind me how much time left for me to?
I think you still have until April 21.
Not much time then this week. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for me.
I'm gonna confirm.
I already have two great candidates.
Confirm, so I don't say numbers, I mean data out of my head. Just to be sure if it is 21 or 27. Okay, I'm gonna check. Okay, it is April 24, not 21. So you have until 24th of April, Lukash, for proposal ranking. And slot allocation would be 29. So that'll be deadline for slot allocation. So on the 29th, you should probably have already started, and on the 30th, project will be announced, right? So like I said earlier, we're gonna try our best to make sure like we push most of these projects into Google Summer of Code. And yes, you don't have to worry, like we always did. So if eventually your project did not make it to Google Summer of Code for some good reasons, we would also make sure we push this project via the Sync API mentorship program. So if your mentor like really likes you and wants to like participate, yeah, we can actually push your project to the Schema mentorship program, which eventually would be renamed to maintainership, which is a more suitable name for what we have planned for this year. So, any other question?
Yeah. Sorry, another question. So I have two great candidates that I already know. I want them because of how they interact, how they're active after just submitting proposal, that it's not just proposal. And they both submitted through Async API and Postman. Where should I accept them? In both?
Yes. In both.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Another question? Let me check on YouTube. Okay. No other question. Yep. So since there's no other question, the next thing I wanted to like also like share a bit of information for is like as you all know, Alejandra already like announced it that Async API didn't get accepted for Google season of docs this year, which is quite sad. But I mean, like she's done an amazing job and she has like made us like participate for like 2 or 3 consecutive years. So I mean, if we didn't get in this year, we shouldn't, be all that sad. But yeah, so since we didn't make it into Google season of docs, we are planning to like use some of the slots for the Async API mentorship program to like push these project ideas that were initially proposed for Google season of docs. But yeah, that is the idea. But do you all think we should do it that way, Ukash? Because yeah, I already like told Alejandra we are going to consider doing this. But if you have any other opinion, please let me know, Tuli.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you hear me? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because still the mentorship program is not only about coding, it's all of the projects that are included in Async API. So it makes sense if we didn't make it to GSOT, can still push it to the mentorship program.
From my side, the only concern, but it's not concern. It's like in the end, it's Alejandra that will do the mentor work. But As far as I remember, this year she had a bit different approach for uh, um, Season of Dogs to hire more professional. And Async API mentorship is mentorship where we don't pay that much as Google Season of Dogs. But if she's okay that she'll have to do whatever was planned with less experienced person, then good. I think the only problem, and it was also mentioned, not sure if you had a chance to, probably didn't have a chance to look on all the recordings that I shared in Slack, but one of the recordings is from a person that is in the group that organizes GSOT, the Google Season of Dogs. And the one concern she shared there in the presentation was that in last year, there were significant number of applications from software engineers rather than technical writers, which of course it's nice for software engineers that they want to learn tech writing, but then it's much harder for the mentor because there's a lot of learning needed. And but yeah, again, like if Alejandra, in the end, it's Alejandra that will do the mentor work. So she'll select, if she decides to select a junior software engineer that has no idea about tech writing and she wants to do it.
I think
But
she would eventually. Okay, yeah, continue. Interesting something.
no, and just to confirm what Tuli said, like basically moving from GSOT to Async API mentorship, that's completely fine. That's what we, like last year, Async API mentorship had docs topics as well.
Yeah, true. So I think she would eventually like figure out how to like approach it and how to like make sure it works with this increment mentorship program, because like you said earlier, like we don't offer the same amount of money. So she would have to like also like work with what we have and then see how she can like figure it out. But yeah, the idea of like moving these GSOT ideas to its mentorship program seems like valid to me. So I think it's something that should happen. So cool. Um, Anyone have any question?
So if there are no questions, just a clarification from my side, because a few minutes before you mentioned Async API mentorship alongside with Bounty. Just to clarify, Bounty is not mentorship.
Yes. It's not mentorship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I misheard.
Yeah.
No. It's not mentorship. Look, I'm just saying, like, if you want to like participate in other programs, doesn't have to be mentorship program. So you can also like check out the bounty program. So I knew it's not mentorship. If you misheard me, I didn't mean mentorship. I mean like other programs in this NKPI community. So bounty is also part of it. So any suggestion, any topic you want to discuss, Okash, Tali?
Okay. All right, so we now have a working group for the conference coordination. So I'll just share a link so that everybody's aware. I know I posted it on Friday. I don't know why I did that. I regretted it. So yeah, just sharing for visibility. We now have the conference coordination working group, whereby we do all things conference, from planning, coordination, website maintenance, marketing, yeah, all those things. So if you want to join us, please make sure everybody's welcome to join, by the way. So yeah, that's one thing on my side. And the second thing was we discussed something about changing the time for the community meeting sometime last week. I don't know. That's something that I thought I should bring it up.
Community meeting?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but first of all, like the conference coordination working group. So you created it on Friday. But it
So
says discussion.
do you mean the conference, like community meeting, or the main community meeting? Actually, I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Hey. Okay, wait. Lucas, what were you saying?
Because I just opened your link. Sorry.
I just got lost.
So the discussion it's for voting on the conference coordination working group. So you basically the stuff that we were doing already, but just facilitated as a working group. So as
Yeah.
the other
Yes.
community meeting, conference community meeting, you attended one or two.
Yeah, sorry, my network got disconnected. Can you recap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
You all
try
froze,
again.
like you wanted to leave, like, and I was like, what's happening?
So the conference coordination working group is what we were doing already in a couple of weeks. Like we had this conference community, I think, Tuli, right? That's how it was called. Yeah. And during the last week conference community meeting, where it was just me and Tuli, as far as I remember, we were discussing that maybe instead of introducing another meeting for this working group, maybe we should join the community meeting, basically. So, like working groups usually have these reoccurring meetings. So, like, if, like, let's, for example, say, like, you started like 20 minutes ago, and in 20 minutes, you covered the Async API mentorship topic. And why not doing the conference coordination also during the same slot? That's one option. But then it also means maybe we should go back into discussion about having 1 hour, fixed hour for the community meeting. But it's we need to have your input because, for example, I don't attend all the morning, actually majority of the morning community meetings I don't attend. So I don't know how, from the past, I remember that not many people were showing up. So when I was running this community meeting in the past, I was always considering like, yeah, let's not do this morning. Let's stick to the afternoon one. But you do it for a long time.
For conference discussions during community meetings, I mean, like, I would actually suggest like it happens during the afternoons, like community meeting, because if it's morning, like the one we're currently having, I don't think that would work. I mean, because a lot of people would not like, join to share their inputs because it's morning, of course. But I mean, for the afternoons, I mean, of course, we get a lot of people that won't like share their inputs. So that would what I would suggest if we're gonna like merge these conference meetings with the main community meetings. But then the problem is, is it okay to actually have this once a month? Because that is what will happen, right? It means we only get to talk about the conference related discussions once a month. That is during the afternoon community call. Is that okay? Is that fine? Or do we want to stick to twice a month?
Now it was once a month, right?
Was it once a month or twice a month?
Now.
It was twice.
Well, it was twice a month.
It's now twice a month. We started with once, then we ended up doing twice a month.
So back to the question, like, do you think community meeting in the morning is making sense? Maybe. Community
Morning,
meeting
of course.
Okay, so there are people that like say, I'm just joining because of the morning.
Yeah, there are people that join in the morning. I mean, it's not always me, so.
Yeah, but I mean, they join morning just because it's morning, and they would not join afternoon, or like, so for example, the guys in the chat.
Yeah, mostly people in India, they mostly don't join like the afternoon community call. So if you're having a call and if Akshat joins a call, it's mostly morning community calls.
Oh, okay then.
So I don't think we should scrap it. I think it's still okay.
Okay. All right, then. So if that's the case, then I think we can just leave everything as it is. Then we can have like our bi-weekly conference community call. Then we leave the community call as it is. I don't know.
But
Because
then like so I see you suggest that we stick to afternoon. But then if conference coordination is also about work on the website, uh, so it's not just like it's also coordination of the development work, then wouldn't it be also good to have it in the morning for folks from India that would like to contribute?
I mean, yeah, I was just suggesting, right? I wasn't saying like I
Mhm.
wasn't making a decision. I was just suggesting. Because the reason why I was like saying afternoon was because I didn't actually factor in what you just said, but I just thought we are just gonna be focusing on just conference coordinations, not actually the website. But if we are actually gonna be discussing also the website development and stuff, then for folks in India, we should then have to we have to have it in the morning too. But
okay.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. We can actually just stick with what we currently have and just, bring in the conference discussion. Because I believe this way we get to even have more things to talk about during the community call.
Which is good. Yeah. Just wanted to confirm.
Okay. All right. If that's the decision, that's the majority decision, is fine by me. I mean, it's not all the mornings that early, but yeah. Since if we have like one in the morning, one in the regular time in the afternoon, then I think that will be fine.
For me, more this kind of morning for me now it's good because it's now 10. In few months we shift time again and it's gonna be 9 a.m. and it's gonna be way too early.
9.
And
Because in Europe we have this stupid daytime saving.
yeah, and me, I'm like always 9 here, no matter how, no matter when, it's always 9 for me. So I'm sad, no daylight saving.
Yeah, but so Tulil, maybe let's just test it. Like in the end,
Okay.
when like in the end we're all members of the conference coordination working group. If after let's say 2-3 meetings we notice it's better to separate, then
yeah, we can just separate.
it's not a written rule that we have anyway in the setup of the working group. Nobody will, like, let's say if we decide to do it together with community meeting and we set up the working group, it doesn't mean we cannot change it in 2 weeks, in a week or a month or something.
All right.
And the benefit is that Ace will always be
so
at the
that
meeting.
we're clear.
Sorry?
All right.
I didn't hear both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the benefit of having
Because
conference call with community call is that you're always going to be at the meeting, guys.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I bail and I push Tuli. And hey, Tuli, I need your help.
Yeah, or it's going to end up like this, that every meeting you're going to ask Tuli to run the meeting. If you're nice when you're asking, why not?
Yes, yes. That would be nice.
all right. So, okay. So since we only have like one meeting in the morning every month, so do we do it like one in the morning, one in the afternoon, or we just sticking with one in the morning only?
Yeah, so what I would suggest, Lee, is we should do morning and night and sorry, morning and evening. Simply because but what we can do is whenever we have like something really, really like important to like discuss about conference or something, tangible, we make sure we have it during the evening community call. So that way, it is assured that we're gonna have more people like participate unlike morning, right? So we should keep like just suggesting, right? So morning conference community chats shouldn't involve something that would require a lot of communications, a lot of feedbacks, a lot of back and forth. So we can just keep those kind of discussions for the evening. Then morning conference call should just be, discussions that don't really like require so many conversations. Or what do you think?
All right.
So I don't,
Yeah,
because I don't
that
want us to like
makes sense.
miss, people to like miss important discussions about the conference because it's in the morning.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So important discussions will be reserved for the afternoon call, then just minor staff can join the community call, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you decide which is important and what's not, what's less important?
Oh, come on. We would
So
definitely know.
Because the thing is that the idea of working group is to be like more focused on a group work. So let's say what we did last week, we had at the end of the meeting, Tuli basically opened a board with all the tasks. So I could, for example, quickly spot that there are some on-site Helsinki things that I can take on my side, and we can track it through the project board, right? So so that's why, and I think every working group meeting will end up like this. So it's easier to coordinate the work and also check the status every meeting. And if somebody misses important meeting, then there's always recording, and we anyway don't make this decisions.
Yeah, I mean, true. You just disproved my theory.
I mean, because I bet that it's gonna be like complicated to define what's important and what's not, and that
yeah, you were right, because
and we're gonna be in the
there's no
morning
really
meeting, and there's something important to discuss, but we're gonna say no, stop, wait 2 weeks for another meeting. So like
Yeah,
that's
true.
gonna be challenging. And we can always provide updates, like meeting notes, like, hey, like last when we were talking about marketing working group, like we did a notes what we discussed. Me and Tuli and Maya, we all had 3 different tasks to perform, and everything was provided. Anyone could really follow up. So that's why. And again, like if in a month or so we're gonna see it was a bad choice, then we can disconnect basically.
Okay, that makes sense.
okay. I think maybe let's give it a try. Let's give the morning meetings a try and see if it works. Then if it's not working, we can just revert back to the normal time that we had.
Okay, mornings then.
Yep.
At least until October. And then I'll have to pray to wake up at 9.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. I think we can do that. So which means the next meeting. Oh yeah. The next meeting is next week. So that means we are going to have back to the afternoon. Then after next week, then we'll start the morning meeting.
So, okay, you're saying, okay, you already have the next conference meeting scheduled already.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so you can then also like announce it during that meeting. Perfect.
Wait. I'm confused a bit. So do we do it together with community meeting or not?
Okay, so I think what is happening is Tuli already have the next conference meeting scheduled, right? So she's going to like in the meeting will happen. Then in the meeting, she's going to like say we are moving this meeting to the community meeting. So which means the next community meeting, we are going to be having conference talks, discussions. Am I right, Tuli? Or am I saying the wrong thing? I mean, the look on your face, you're like,
I'm also now confused. All right. Okay. It's still in the morning. Very fine. It's winter for me, so my brain is hazy. All right. Okay. Cool. So are we having two conference committee meetings a month, or are we only having one? Number one.
No,
Now
like,
I'm confused.
wait. I thought we discussed that conference community meeting basically merge with community meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that will be one thing. So community meeting and conference meeting are merging into one. Is that
So
how I
basically,
understand it?
during the community meetings, we're gonna do the conference working group.
Okay. So both day during the morning and in the evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how I understand it.
Yes.
That's
Not?
how I understand it as well. So it's basically to make sure that we don't have a separate meeting, but
Okay.
we have it like connected in one,
Mesh.
merged. Merged or
Okay. So
just
what happens
part of.
when there is an agenda? Okay.
Mm.
So what happens if the community meeting is an agenda that is longer, then we don't have our community conference community meeting then what?
Did it ever happen that it was super long, like taking 1 hour?
Yes.
Really?
Especially the
Yes.
evening ones. Yes.
Evenings.
Yes. Evenings, they will take 1 hour. It's not like the morning meetings. The morning meetings can take
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes, very fine. But evening community calls, they usually take 1 hour.
Mostly 1 hour.
Seriously,
Mostly
what do you
45,
talk
yeah,
about?
45, 45 minutes to 1 hour. I mean, definitely. So what time are we going to discuss the conference now? Because I was thinking, right? We can merge the morning meetings with the conference meetings, right? Then we also have like the separate afternoon conference call. I don't know. That's what I thought we were agreeing now. Like merge the morning meeting and uh, I don't
So,
know.
so for example, when like last time community meeting took 1 hour, what was on the agenda? Maybe it was conference as well, or
Okay, the one that I hosted in the evening took 45 minutes. We're talking, I mean, we had like a full house. I think we had few people joining us. So we discussed the marketing, like people were sharing their opinions about marketing. What else did I speak about? Oh, yeah, I didn't have an agenda because he told me 1 hour
Yeah.
before that time I saw the community meeting.
I'm sorry.
whip, whip.
Can you imagine, Lucas, what I go through? So, anyways, I didn't have an agenda. So everything that happened there, it was everything that was in my head. So the agenda was in my head, everything was down. But what I know is it lasted like 45 minutes. We only left like 15 minutes earlier. So that was the community meeting in the evening or afternoon. So yeah.
Yeah, and in the evening, like folks tend to like ask questions a lot. So
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I don't know.
um and then because so I would really suggest maybe we go with the approach Julie suggested and merge the morning community meeting with the conference meeting. Then probably
Mm-hmm.
have it separated for evening. So when scheduling the conference meeting, it would only be once in a month, which is in the evening.
That is in the evening. Yes.
What about having a upfront agenda? That would also, I think, work well with the community. So, for example, there's a totally separate community where I start to participate. It's called OSPO, like Open Source Program Office,
Okay.
and they have
Mm-hmm.
regular, I think, once a month, and sometimes there are too many
Mm-hmm.
topics and also many questions. So to facilitate the meeting, it's purely agenda driven. So before the meeting, you have to put your questions, everything in the agenda. if something is not in the agenda, you're not gonna spoil the meeting with your ad hoc whatever you had to question. You know what I mean? So like if you wanted to ask about how the marketing works, then put it in the agenda. Then from the agenda created up from the meeting, we know if it's gonna be enough time for all the topics or not. And then we basically queue. Some things we can also answer without having a meeting. And then you have like more organized, and also people follow some process. Because we never did this agenda seriously before, because we also did not have too many topics. So we could always do a freestyle because 1 hour was enough. But what I see in other communities, when they grow and there are basically more and more topics showing up, then it's all agenda driven. Like, so before the meeting, if something is not on the agenda, it's not gonna be discussed on the meeting. If you want to have it discussed on the meeting, then we're gonna have you have to put it in the agenda first before. So we upfront know if it's enough or not.
But one thing I would like to mention, Wukash, is that I mean, I think the discussions taking longer in the evening's community meeting isn't really agenda specific. I think it's just that during community meetings evenings, people tend to want to participate. And sometimes most of these discussions currently come from the current agenda, like the one we proposed during the meeting. And at the end of the day, it just keeps taking longer. And questions being asked is also related to the agenda proposed before the meeting or during the meeting. So do you say we don't answer these questions because we are trying to fit in some other stuff, or because we have other things in the agenda, we just ignore the questions?
Not ignore, it's just ask it the next time, or some things can be answered offline. Like usually when I mean, whenever I in the past had to run the meeting and it was going off the schedule and we had some agenda, then it's you basically stop at some point of time. You have to interrupt and say okay, we're drifting with this discussion too long. There are other items on the agenda. We have to respect the schedule and other people that took their time and put stuff in the agenda before. Then just park it, get some conclusion, and then follow up with discussion with whatever. So you basically time box. Otherwise, well, what you gonna do? If people want to talk and it's off the schedule, what do? You usually say, okay, we are out of time. So it's the same with agenda items. Okay, we have, let's say we have 5 agenda items, or let's say 6 because it's 60 minutes, right? So 6 agenda items. So according to the schedule, we have 10 minutes per topic. If we're going off, then we just say pause. Okay, we can't get in any conclusion. There are some open topics. So please, people in the community meeting issue, put your questions that we could not answer. We'll try to answer them offline. That's the usual techniques that you do when meeting is too crowded and you have agenda and you want to make sure that it's still 1 hour and not 2 hours or 3 hours. In the end, you also always have to respect people, right? So, and people have other meetings, especially okay, you can assume that some people don't have meetings, but if you have people coming from some company and they join the meeting, they're usually fully packed with I remember when I was working in the corporation, the calendar is a Tetris, it's a full of meetings. So you have to be 30 minutes is 30 minutes, not 31, because you already have to jump to another meeting. So that's a possible solution.
What do you think, Tuli?
It makes sense. Okay. I'm not gonna say that I agree or disagree, but let's try and see if it works. So for both meetings, right? We can say first 30 minutes community call, then the last 30 minutes switch over to conference call, and let's see if it works. If we see that it really doesn't work, then we switch back to how we're doing things. Nothing is set in stone yet, but yeah, let's try and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we can always say, hey, it's not working. Let's go back to how we're doing things then.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. We should give it a try. We should give it a try.
Okay,
So
cool.
let's see.
So
Are you going? Are you gonna like cancel the already scheduled meeting for conference?
yes. Yes, I will cancel the already scheduled, then I will combine it with the upcoming community
Community
meeting.
meeting.
Then let's see if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we can always discuss it next time and see, okay, there was not enough time, then
And then you can say Łukasz was wrong. Let's do it separately. And it's always win-win when you can say Łukasz was wrong.
yeah.
Hey, any other thing you want to discuss? We still have like 11 minutes.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh, can we have a detailed guidance video on the bounty program in future? Yes, of course we can. We can have a detailed bounty program video, but who's gonna shoot it?
Okay, Ace, I think this is the community that we were speaking about like earlier on. All right, so I'll just chip in and just clarify everything before more confusion happens. All right, so what Ace meant was the bounding program is not meant for beginners, right? The bounding program is for advanced, medium to advanced contributors in the community. So it's not something that is like beginner friendly or for mentorship or any other stuff like that. So it's mainly done for more advanced people who are getting paid for open source maintainers, blah blah blah. So I'm looking for the bounty from the bounty link. So if you want to know more about the bounty link, about the bounty program, you can go through the bounty docs or join the bounty channel as well. That will be easy. Then for the videos, we'll later see it because, like I said, it's for more advanced. So I don't know if there's a need to have a video. I
Yeah, I don't
honestly,
think there's a
I,
need because
there is
I'm not
no
gonna
need
shoot
to
it,
have.
and I'm pretty sure Tolly would not shoot it also. So I don't think there's a need for a video.
Okay, I'll share the link for the bounty program doc.
The best if there's a bunch of questions.
Except maybe a video to promote bounty program.
Yes, but
maybe.
that's more something that we probably need in the future. But with really close cooperation with Vyacheslav that is running the program. We definitely need a promotion, but for maintainers to promote the bounty among maintainers so they can submit the bounty issue, why it's beneficial, how they should do it, how they should try to assess medium and advanced, what's the benefit for the maintainers, etc. But then it's close with cooperation with Vyacheslav because he's the one that has the best knowledge about the program. He knows, he sees all the mistakes that maintainers do, all the problems with Open Collective, all the problems with the, for example, that some maintainers are over optimistic. They say something is medium and all suddenly it becomes advanced, or some advanced issues are so complex that they have to be actually split. So definitely long term, we need a, and it's part of maintainers growth working group, but we need, and that's one of the, remember this playbook we talked about? I think it's a part of the playbook, like for maintainers, like you want to have more maintainers, a maintainer, that's a bounty, that's how it works, that's what you can get out of it. We can have success stories about like how many of the bounty participants became maintainers long term. So that's definitely is needed.
Yeah, I hope this actually give you clarity, Ashmit. So if you have any question about the bounty, feel free to like ping Tuli. So I know you're like, why me? Feel free to ping Tuli. You can always ping Tuli about anything on Slack. So so yeah.
Sorry for interrupting, but as far as I remember, Ashmit is a TSC member, right? So Ashmit is, correct me if I'm wrong, maintainer of the Modelina website, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure. Ashmit, if that is true, can you confirm
Yeah.
by saying yes?
Or I will quickly go to Modelina and let's see who's faster. Delay on the YouTube or delay of the old 40 years old man.
Come on, Ashmit. Come on.
I think Ashmit is Dev Killer, isn't he? That's the problem when you're.
Yeah, he is a TSC member. Yes, for
Accused
Modelina.
dev.
He is a maintainer for Modelina, yeah.
You did it
Yeah.
faster. How did you do it with Model? How did you check it faster than I did?
Don't reveal your secret to
I
me.
have magic words.
Don't reveal your secrets.
Yeah, but I first noticed, so it
Magic
counts on
pen.
me. But yeah.
Yes.
So answering Ashmit, like, so for him, he's one of the recipient of the videos that he can he can use it for both grow maintainers group by finding issues that are more complex that first-time contributor cannot work on and pay for the work, but also for him as maintainer, if there are some bigger features for the website that he doesn't have time to work on, but if that would be a bounty issue, like, I don't know, some fancy stuff that Jonas would and other maintainers of Modelina would like to have, then yeah, discuss it with them, discuss the idea, the complexity, and then ask them if they'll support because maintainers have to agree that it will be submitted as Modelina bounty issue. And then that's one of the ideas behind mentorship program, that you don't always, as maintainer, have to work for free. So yeah, that would be it from my side.
Okay. Any other question? We have 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes until lunch. I didn't say lunch, as in lunch, not lunch food. So I'm like, Tully is like lunch? What do you mean? It's not 12 yet.
It's almost 11, so I can take an early lunch or go for brunch. It doesn't matter. It's 11. It's almost
You just
11
want to.
a.m.
Really? Almost 11? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not 11 here. Okay, I mean like almost 11 for you. It's almost 10 o'clock for me. Just sad. Okay, I don't think we have any other question. So I guess I'm gonna see you all in the next community meeting, which is in 2 weeks in the evening, 4 p.m. UTC. So if you have anything you want to share, we're gonna schedule the meeting. So feel free to join us. I think also we will be discussing conference related discussions. So yeah, it's gonna be a full house. So come with your cup of coffee or a shot of whiskey, whatever works for you. So I can see the look on Muka's face, like what?
It's like it's like a keyword. You say whiskey, and it's like what? Where?
What? All right, so
Of course, we do not promote alcohol among the how do you say, people under 18.
18
or
18.
21 in US, I
Or is
think.
it 21?
Is it 21 in South Africa?
It's 18 actually.
18.
18, yeah. I think in US it's 21, but yeah, in Poland it's also 18.
Yeah, it's 18. We all agree it's 18. So if you're below the age of 18, please do not come to the community call with whiskey. Come with a cup of coffee. Thank you. See you all in 2 weeks. Bye.